Hey everyone, and welcome to the video. This isn't one that I've planned on making, but it's one that I feel like I have to make just to get some stuff off my chest. I just want to talk, and I want to talk to both sides of the party, okay? The side that wants Montreal to win, and the side that wants Montreal to lose. And I'm specifically talking about Canadiens fans, not fans of other teams. However, fans of other teams are perfectly allowed to have their opinion on the situation, because I feel maybe they would have a bit more of a level head than some or half of the Canadiens fans. So there's a paradox here, okay? There's two options for the Montreal Canadiens to either win or lose, and I feel like the fan base is split on both sides. It's being discussed in forums, in videos like this on YouTube, in the media, and on my personal Discord, on the channel's Discord, on Twitter. It's kind of everywhere. So I feel like I need to talk about it. Now, I don't expect everyone to have my opinion, but I'm going to share it. So there's two sides of the story here. Story side number one is, hey, I have faith. I want the team to win. If they have a chance, and they do right now, win. I'm all on board. Win. Let's go. The other side is not so much faith, but logic. Logically, this team isn't going to win the Stanley Cup based on how they play, based on how they're built, based on the system that they play. It's just not going to happen. So logically, they should lose so they get the 12.5% chance at picking first overall. And there's not really anything in between. You either are on the faith side or you're on the logic side. Now, prior to this series starting, I would say that I was exactly in the middle. I wanted to have faith, but I was also trying to think logically. I predicted that Montreal would lose. At this point, as I'm filming this, we're up 2-1 in the series, which is why I'm making this video. I still think that they're going to lose for the record. But before the series started, I had not watched them in, 4 months or over 4 months or whatever it was. So I wasn't as fresh, or it wasn't as fresh in my mind to give maybe an accurate opinion on the team. Now that I've watched them play 3 games, I have a better understanding of what I want from the team, and what I want differs from a lot of people. So again, I'm going to circle back. Faith and logic. So we're 3 games in to the series. Montreal is a 2-1 lead in the series against the Pittsburgh Penguins. Not a lot of people predicted this. I would say over 95% of people predicted that Pittsburgh would win this series, and likely in 4 games, or maybe even a sweep. So we're in a territory that was just a lot of people didn't think this was going to happen, and Pittsburgh still might win. Like I said, I think they still will win, but my opinion has changed from being in the middle to logic. I don't really understand the full faith argument at this point after watching the team play for these 3 games. Yeah, they won 2 games. I completely understand that. But I have concerns about the people who have 100% faith and they're all in, and they're not thinking logically. I like to think logically, hence me moving to the logical side. So there's pros and cons of both sides, and I don't want to say that the people in the faith side are wrong, but I completely disagree with their opinion. I respect it. I'm glad that there are people who have it, because I think it's good to have 2 sides of the argument, but I don't agree with it, and it's frustrating. It almost angers me. I just don't get it, because like I said earlier, this team is not built to win a Stanley Cup. They don't have the players on the roster. They don't have the depth. The system that they play is not advantageous for a deep cup run. They heavily rely on goaltending, which has so far been great in the playoffs, thanks to Carey Price. But that's not always the case. The typical Carey Price in the last 4 years really hasn't been that great of a goalie. He's pretty great right now, but that doesn't mean he'll be great in Game 4 or in Game 10 deep into the playoffs, or 15 or whatever. So their whole system of relying on good goaltending it's not favorable for a deep cup run. And I'm not even going to talk about coaching. That's a whole other thing. And I think there's a lot of faith in the coach as well. So I just don't understand with putting so much faith into a system that's really unproven, a team that's logically isn't going to win. But still they have faith. Still they're all on board. They can do no wrong. Montreal all the way, yada, yada, yada. I just don't understand that mentality because it's such a sacrifice to the future. And I'm not saying even if Montreal loses this series and they get a 12.5% chance that they're going to get first pick. Obviously, they only have a 12.5% chance. They're likely not going to get it. But still, that chance is better than no chance. So I'm 100% on the logic side, okay? I think why bother, basically? Why bother win this series to potentially face an even stronger team in the actual first round of the playoffs and most certainly lose, and then you missed out on the pick and you missed out on the cup. So now you're just sitting there looking like a fool, and the fans are upset, or at least half of the fans are upset, like myself, because they've put themselves in this situation. With all of that said, and I still have more to say, but I don't blame the coach, I don't blame the organization, I don't blame the players for wanting to win and winning this series. They should play as hard as they can, they should play as well as they can, and they should try and win regardless of their odds, regardless of the situation. It's awesome. If I was an NHL player, I'd do the same thing. I'd try to win no matter what, and that's really the mentality that they should have. However, being a Canadiens fan and seeing what they've gone through in the last 20, 25 years and being frustrated and seeing little glimpses of hope just seem to slip away every couple of years. There comes a point where one needs to make a decision. And I ask those people that are in the faith category and I think are blinded by love, when is that point for you? Specifically to the Canadiens fans that are watching this, who are all in the faith category and will cheer for them to win no matter what and really aren't thinking that much towards the future. When does the moment come when you've had enough? How frustrated do you have to be? How many more years of average play and mediocre in every category, basically? Montreal is not a stellar team in really any category except for goaltending in certain specific years. So when does the point come for those people to think, okay, enough is enough, something needs to change? And it's these people in the faith category that fill the arena, regardless if the team is good, regardless if the team is bad. And in 10 years, if we're in the same situation, those exact same people will be in that arena buying tickets. And nothing will change because their tickets are being purchased. The team is making money. The team is making a lot of money. Why would they change? They don't need to. It's a business. That's the thing. It's a sport, yeah, but it's also a business. And if they don't need to change financially, then why would they? Of course they want to win. Of course they want to bring a championship back to Montreal. That's completely obvious. But they don't feel the pressure to do that financially, only emotionally. And sometimes money talks. So I get really frustrated seeing so many of the Canadiens fans being in the faith category go all in on the team, regardless of the team makeup, regardless of the year, regardless of anything. And I'm actually, I'm frustrated by it, but I'm actually jealous at the same time. I wish I was like that. I wish that I had that much faith in something, regardless of knowing the logical outcome of it. I'm just not that person. And like I said, I wish I was. But logically, it makes sense to cut our losses, exit this play-in round, try and get a high draft pick first, obviously, but if it isn't first, at least it's still probably going to be pretty high, which is great because this is a pretty deep draft. So logically, the Canadiens need to lose. It feels weird cheering against your team. I don't remember... I remember doing it before, but not to this percentage-wise. I've only ever slightly cheered against my team, like if it was late in the season and Montreal really wasn't going to make the playoffs and they were playing a team that was a bubble team that could get in, that I wanted to see get in, so I was cheering for them to get the points against Montreal. Scenarios like that. But never in a play-in or obviously play-in or playoff scenario. I've never cheered against them, and I've sure as heck never cheered for Pittsburgh. So I'm in a really weird situation here. I think that it's a tough conversation to have because obviously I don't want to offend anyone. I'm in the logical category. I have friends and I know people who are in the faith category. I don't want to offend those people. I'm not saying that these people are idiots. I don't think that. I'm not just saying that because I'm on camera. I legitimately don't think that these people are idiots. I'm just frustrated at their opinion because I don't understand it. I can't really relate to it. It's been a long time since Montreal had success. 2014 was the last time they had really a chance, I would say. They suffered an unfortunate injury, obviously, in Carey Price. 2010 was more of a Cinderella run. I don't think the team... I think it was... I don't know. In a way, the team now reminds me a little bit of the team in 2010, but they are so much worse than the team in 2010 who already wasn't that good. So I'm really struggling to see these opinions online of just going all in because I don't understand it. And I'm sorry that I'm rambling. I'm frustrated. And I know a lot of people who share my same opinion, who do think logically. And now they see their team up. You know, we see our team up 2-1 in this series. Now, you may be watching this days after, and you already know the outcome of the series, and maybe this video won't mean anything. But right now, while I'm filming this, it means something. It means something to me. It means something to the people in the faith category, and it means something to people. It means something to people in the logical category. So it's such a weird time to be a Canadiens fan, and I guess there are some other teams in the same situation, maybe like Chicago, but I think Chicago has a pretty decent team compared to Montreal. I don't know. The other part about it that annoys me is the fact that if Pittsburgh loses and they get a 12.5% chance and then they end up getting Lafreniere or first pick, I'm just going to be so much more frustrated in the whole system because I don't think Pittsburgh should be gifted a first round draft pick when they've had basically the past 15 years of nonstop playoff appearances. Maybe not 15 years, but 10 at least, or 12. So, and on the other side, with the Chicago-Edmonton, what if Edmonton loses? And Connor McDavid and Draisaitl get Lafreniere next year. Like, that would be amazing to see, as a hockey fan, to watch. It would be great. But system-wise, man, that would suck. It would. It genuinely angers me. I don't know. Maybe there's no right system. Maybe there's no right system that can prevent tanking. Maybe there was no right system for this play-in series. But still, I feel unsatisfied. Unless the Montreal Canadiens lose this play-in. Like, even if they lose and they don't get first pick based on the draft lottery, I'm fine with that. I don't care. I would rather them lose this series and lose the draft lottery versus them win this series and just seeing where they can go. That sounds stupid to say as a Canadiens fan, and I completely understand the Canadiens fans in the faith category that disagree with me. I don't think I'm right. That's just how I feel. So there's a lot of frustration within me and the people in the faith category because they don't agree with people on the logical category or the logical side. So I don't know. I'm just... Like, I want to know people's opinions, which is why I'm making this video, because I have the luxury of reading all the comments, and I appreciate everyone who's watching this video, even though this is a complete random rant video. But I would love it if you could share your opinion down in the comment section, because I do want to know it. And I completely expect people to agree with me and disagree with me, absolutely. But fans of other teams from around the league who don't like Montreal or don't care about Montreal, what do you think the Montreal Canadiens... Let me reword that. What do you think the best outcome for the Montreal Canadiens would be? Because to me, clearly, the team does not have the makeup to win a cup. They have big changes to make. They're frustrating to watch. Like, that's what makes me angry. How are they up 2-1? That's what pisses me off the most. Like, Pittsburgh, what are you doing? Like, Montreal has taken more penalties than I think any other team so far in this play-in round. They're undisciplined. They're inconsistent. Their offensive threat is, like, nothing. I would say 30 to 50% of their goals in the past 3 years have been based on luck and not chance. Or not based on luck and not skill, sorry. I think a team like Edmonton, probably like 10% of their goals is based on luck and 90% is based on skill. Montreal does not score a lot of skilled goals. They get a lot of typical kind of lucky hockey bounces more than they should. Like Montreal doesn't score a lot of impressive goals, and I say that after the night that Petrie scores that amazing goal on the goal line there. But I don't know. I'm frustrated with the team. I applaud the players. I'm incredibly impressed by the players of Montreal to win 2 games in this play-in round against a tough team like Pittsburgh, who does have some incredible players in goaltending. So I'm impressed by the team. I legitimately am, but I don't think it's the right outcome for the Montreal Canadiens long term. I'm thinking in a logical business perspective. I want the team to prosper long term. I want the team to logically take the route that gives them the best outcome for success next year, the year after, and the year after that. If that means losing, I'm fine with it. I'm almost looking at it like a business perspective. That's probably the wrong way to look at it, because it is an emotional sport where these people are in the faith category. So anyways, I felt like there's things that I wanted to say in this video but didn't, because I kind of got off on a rhyme and a tangent. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Are the Montreal Canadiens for real? Like, if they win, can they actually go deep? Should I be in the faith category? I don't know. Like, and there's going to be comments. You're not a real Montreal Canadiens fan if you're not in the faith category. If you don't have 100% faith all the time, no matter what, you are not a real Montreal Canadiens fan. And I say to you, how are you a real Montreal Canadiens fan if you are 100% blinded by the love of the team? If you were a real Montreal Canadiens fan, you wouldn't blindly love them. You would accept them for how they are, but also want to see them improve and push towards that improvement, whether that's through free agency, trades, or the draft. So I don't think there's a definition of a real Montreal Canadiens fan on really either side of this coin. It's probably somewhere in the middle, to be honest. I'm on one side, there's lots of people on the other side. I don't think at the moment, as I'm filming this, with Montreal up 2-1, I don't think there's many people in the middle. Okay, let's end it here. I'm completely rambling at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you're having an awesome day. Better than mine, because I'm just in a weird mood right now. But anyway, subscribe for more hockey content. You know what? I had a video planned for today. I already had it filmed, already had it edited, had the thumbnail made. It's a Jersey Concept reaction video. It was pretty fun. It's the most requested video on the channel by far at this point. It would have got a ton of views if I released it today, but I just felt like I couldn't, because I needed to talk. I needed to get something off my chest. So that video will come tomorrow. So if you want some lighthearted content that's probably more enjoyable than this, almost certainly, please hit the subscribe button down below, turn on notifications, and you will see that video tomorrow. And if you're watching this in the future, that video has already been released, and I would love it if you could go check it out. Thank you guys for watching this video. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go lay down or something. I hope you guys have a good night watching hockey. I'll catch you in the next one. Adios.